It's another week here on YouTube, which means it's time for another episode. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 31 of Under the Middle Rope. I'm your host, Jose Tabuada, and today we are doing something new, or rather, we're revisiting the roots of this podcast, because of course, as you all know, this used to be After the Count way back when. And back in college, we used to have like different segments or different like topics to discuss instead of, focusing on one strict thing. And that's what we're going to do today, because today we're going to go back to that format. In a sense, we're going to be talking about news that's happening outside of wrestling, news that's happening in wrestling, and then a nice little fun segment at the end. I go into more detail at the end of, at the start of the discussion, because today technically would have been a prediction show because we do have Full Gear this Sunday, but instead we're going to be strictly focusing on the Fallout, which is coming to you guys next week, so don't worry about that. There will still be AEW content, but we wanted to mix it up, and I figured that today would be a prime time to do so because the entire month is filled with predictions, because of course we got Survivor Series coming up, which of course your countdown ticker is up there, so don't worry. So Survivor Series will be a focus, but today we wanted to, like I said, go back and we go into further detail at the start of the discussion. So we're going to open up with our bigger headline, which discusses the news from Netflix, which is really interesting, that regards Vince McMahon, so you'll get more detail of that. And all I can say now is just sit back, relax, and enjoy Front and Center. Hey everybody, welcome to the discussion. It's just RJ, good old college buddy, college buds together. And because we're going back to our old college format, as I said in the introduction, I was thinking, and I'm going in further detail now than what I did in the introduction, but I figured, we kind of want to tackle more subjects that are happening in wrestling, whether on screen or off screen, try to reduce the amount of predictions or fallout, because it's important, but there's also a lot of stuff to talk about instead of just predicting stuff like every few weeks. Like if we stuck to the normal schedule, we would have had back-to-back weeks of fallout of predictions, and then again right back into one pay-per-view. So for Full Gear to Survivor Series, so I said, you know what, let's go back to this format. And what we used to do in college was we had basically three segments. We reviewed the week that was in WWE with Raw and SmackDown. We focused on any real news or any other wrestling news, such as maybe New Japan, to tickle some fancies out there for New Japan. And then we concluded with a little segment that we called Superstar of the Week, where we picked the wrestler of the week and we discussed either our favorite matches, our favorite moments, promos, whatever it is. So that's what we're going to do today. But we're going to put more focus on the real world, because again, we know there's a lot of wrestling podcasts out there that have weekly reviews of Raw and SmackDown and NXT and AEW and blah 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 blah. So I'm going to be when we get there, I'll explain what that's going to be like. So we hope you guys like this new format today, because it's something that I personally want to push forward and keep you guys entertained or in a sense just kind of just be more relaxed instead of predicting what Orange Cassidy is going to do, whatever. So in saying that, I don't know what this segment is called, but for now I'm going to call it Real News. Hopefully I can come up with a name in the coming weeks, but for now, Real News it is, where we discuss
it's very literal. It's real news.
It's real news.
It's what we're doing. It's real news.
Exactly. It's I don't know. I have a name for the kayfabe stuff, which we're going to get to later. But yes, we're going to start out the show with Real News, where we discuss, like I said, just what's going on outside of the world of WWE, in what dirt sheets are writing about. And there are two subjects that we want to focus upon, and we're going to focus on the main thing that we want to talk about, and that's the news of this random Netflix documentary that's coming out very, very soon. There was no release date for now, other than we know that there is a documentary about Vince McMahon that's on its way out. Netflix is doing a 4-part episode series on the chairman of WWE. Of course, what's throwing everybody off, as excited as everybody was as soon as it broke out, WWE Studios is attached to it. It's attached to it. And obviously, when WWE Studios does something, they're going, and who wouldn't want to puff it up a little bit, kind of brush off the crazy, sadistic, controversial stuff and just focus on, okay, here's what we got. And it's Vince McMahon. And he's going to be behind the scenes and everything. He's going to be keeping track of what's going to be said, what's not going to be put into the documentary. So RJ, I guess the first question I have is, what do you expect out of this 4-part documentary that's coming out?
Well, straight to the point, what I expect is with WWE getting so involved, obviously this is going to be a very pro WWE like puff piece, basically. Like how deep in, like how I don't think we're gonna get something that really gets super controversial about Vince and the WWE until he passes on.
Yeah.
Like I don't see that ever happening. Which also brings you to the point, like, is that why they want to do this now? Like they want to get one done while Vince is still around, so he can probably bring himself up in a more positive light. Because like I've always been thinking, like, why now? Like why are they doing this like right now? Like why is Netflix putting together a Vince documentary like right this second? And it's got to be because it's going to be very Vince hands-on. Like Vince is going to be a big part of this, which makes me think that this is obviously going to be pretty pro WWE, and we probably won't get an actual one that sees the darker side of the
Yeah.
WWE
Of
until
course.
afterwards.
Yeah. Stephanie McMahon was saying that it's going to be split up into 4 episodes. That there's no other details other than that it's just going to happen. Again, no title, no release date. She's excited about the project, but nervous because it's about her father, which I find interesting because again, you have your studios involved in this, and I mean, when you compare it to other documentary companies like, let's say, Dark Side of the Ring and Vice, who have been phenomenal and have just destroyed WWE where they need to destroy, praise WWE where they need to praise. It feels like you're not gonna get that, which is frustrating. I mean, it's like unanimous thing, but I mean, I am also curious. I'm sure they're gonna want to include like some things that are maybe quote unquote controversial. Like I think, like for example, like one of the first things I think would be, I guess, quote unquote safe to discuss would probably be the steroid scandal of '92.
Yeah.
The big mess that he had, which eventually led to Hulk Hogan leaving, which is a bunch of people leaving and whatnot. And I feel like that is your first step to kind of show that Vince isn't quote unquote perfect. Again, you can think of so many other things, but I'm a little worried. I mean, like I don't know. Like I feel like we know so much about Vince already behind the scenes and what he's done, and it's like, God. I mean, like, do you even include like how non-politically correct they were in the mid 2000s? How Vince said that's what quality TV is, or something like that.
Yeah. I really don't know what to expect. Like maybe I don't know what to expect of this. Like I mean, like because there is so much that they could tackle. Like they have to at least get somewhere with this. Like it can't just be like Vince is this mastermind of the WWE and be very pro. Like they have to dig at least some. They have to tackle something.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm calling it right now, and I would be shocked if they included, but obviously you're not going to include stuff like Chris Benoit.
No,
You just
not.
don't.
I know. Not
you
yet.
think?
No. They don't even.
I mean,
they don't even acknowledge him on the show. Like that's. I just. It's some. That's too tough of a subject now.
no, it is. It's a tough subject, and the only reason why I bring it up because I remember like I was at a bookstore in Toronto once, and I was like, there was like a WWE encyclopedia, and he's in there. He is in there, so it's like it's not completely out of the question, but at the same time, it was such a hard subject. But I think I'm just saying, like, I bring that situation up because that's what people want. They want to see how Vince dealt with that situation, like the behind the scenes, like the interviews that he had, like the media and everything just going after. That's what people want, and that's what I would want at least to let them be honest and be like, okay, hey, we know where you messed up. We know where you decided to where you decided to kind of hide and whatnot. Like we're not dumb, right? I think that's gonna be another problem is like how dumb do they think we'll be?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I just feel like they have a big chance to really like explain that Vince isn't perfect because we know he's not. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy has done so much for, well, I say this with a bit of an asterisk, so much for wrestling because like the guy grew wrestling to this big global worldwide thing. It's became somewhat of a weird stigma with it because you don't know if you like wrestling. Okay, the first thing you think of is WWE. You don't think of anything else other than WWE when you say the word wrestling. Not even in the Olympics, when you say wrestling, your first thought is WWE.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited, but I don't.
The potential of this is
it's
huge.
huge.
It could be amazing. Like I'm sure it's going to be good anyway. Like I'm sure this will be very good regardless of if it's just like a puff piece or if they really tackle some of the darker sides of Vince McMahon. Like I remember when we first all went into isolation, the basketball one came out, Michael Jordan. Obviously he was very hands on that piece and it decorated him in a positive light. but it was still a really good documentary.
Yeah, and I mean, and with that documentary, I mean, like they did show like Jordan's like flaws. You know, they tackled the controversy of him gambling that led to his first retirement. They tackled his father's passing, his father's unexpected murder. So I didn't even think of that. You kind of put me in a bit more positive mood, as ironic as that sounds right now, to go off of saying murder.
Yeah. Yet he's still, I think after the documentary is over, I think people still saw Jordan in a more positive light than maybe they did if they didn't know much about him. So I think that this could still be good, even if WWE is hands-on now that, we've kind of talked ourselves into thinking about it.
Yeah,
the potential is really good. I think that this is going to be good regardless, but it could be like a masterpiece if they really wanted it to be.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, like I personally, I'm not basketball is not like my strongest sport to follow, but
Sure.
I mean, obviously, like personally, even as a sports fan, as somebody that works in sports, somebody that just lives, breathes sports every day outside of this podcast, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't mind like a Michael Jordan jersey or some Jordan 1s. I don't think I look good in Jordan 1s, but doesn't mean
in Jordan 1s.
Like the low cut, not like the high, like just like the low cut, not like not mid, not high. No, just give me some lows and I can just rock it. But I'm just saying, like with that, right? I mean, like it did wish me like I was looking after, okay, what can I get something from the Bulls? What can I get of Jordan, right? Because again, like Jordan is an icon at the end of the day. This is the problem. McMahon is is not a Michael Jordan's level.
Sure.
Unless in the world of wrestling, not even. You normally associate like a Michael Jordan-esque with the wrestler, right? But the problem with Vince McMahon is that he is shrouded with controversy no matter where he goes, right? I mean, chair shots, the blood, the deaths, the steroids, and all stuff. I mean, even at one point, I felt like it was controversial that people were realizing that it's scripted, that the storylines are scripted. Like, I mean, not that it plays any factor, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, they did tackle the tough parts of Jordan, but they still made him look positive. And if Netflix were to do a similar approach, I guess that would be it. And Netflix is good at what they do.
Exactly. And could you see them being able to reach out to non-wrestling audiences with this documentary? Like, do you think non-wrestling fans will be interested in seeing what Vince McMahon's got?
Absolutely, because again, I think because WWE is a worldwide name, right? I mean, it's all over the place. It's popular wherever you go, but I mean, just to put into hindsight, I remember like. It's weird to say, it's a weird memory, but in grade 5, right? I mean, like I remember like my grade 5 teacher when she was like introducing herself to everybody. Okay, guys, are there any wrestling fans? Well, please tell me not WWE. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And this was 04, 05. I'm like, 2004. I'm like, what? Okay. All right. I mean, I'm a WWE fan. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? But I mean, and even like, when I was spending time with somebody a couple of weeks ago, there's a WWE commercial that's on and, she's going, hey, are you a WWE fan? Like, are you a wrestling fan? Because that looks crazy. It looks hardcore. I'm like, really? All right. I guess you think that's cool. I'm like, somewhat, not really. Trying to play across it, but I mean, it is well known. I mean, we even have somebody from our college days, our college class, somebody, our friend Erin, who absolutely hates it, but she knows about it because the name is there, right? So I think it can and everybody's. I mean, almost everybody's on Netflix, right? Everybody loves Netflix.
Oh yeah.
In the pandemic, almost the first thing you turn on Netflix is like, what they want you to see, or like, like the bigger things that are making headlines. Obviously, the Last Dance with Michael Jordan was the first thing there. If this is done right, and if this does get the right publicity, because Dark Side of the Ring and Vice isn't a strong platform as Netflix is, then I think it can work. And plus, I mean, like with Vice, I mean, like they don't have. In my opinion, I don't think, especially with wrestling, they didn't have like the massive. I don't think they have a massive like outside wrestling fan base for them to watch than Netflix may have, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and people know Vince, like
exactly,
like people know Vince, and even now, just thinking about that, maybe they could tackle the first run of the XFL as a part of this as well, and then maybe what happened again now. Because that's another reason why people know Vince McMahon is, we have football fans that know Vince McMahon from XFL, and just sports fans in general know who Vince is, and like non-sports fans know who Vince is. Like Vince is a well-known, he's a billionaire. People know who he is, or millionaire, whatever the heck, however much money he's got.
I don't know. I forgot too.
I don't even know. But so I think that people, and with it being on Netflix, is obviously a huge plus for this.
It's huge
to get like, as you already just mentioned, because it's going to pop up on the front screen, and people are going to be like, "Oh, what's this?"
Yeah,
like I'm gonna watch it. Like I watched like dating reality shows over isolation. So like if other people aren't gonna watch a 4-part Vince McMahon documentary, like what? Like so people are gonna watch, especially if it comes out sooner rather than later. So you like there is no release date. Is this something that you think like is this already like on the go? Is this something that
There's
they're gonna start?
no
Like there's no
there's no
information on
plan.
that, eh?
Yeah, there's no plans about production. There's no plans on pre-production other than it's just gonna happen. I mean, if I had to predict, let's say maybe spring summer 2021. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know how long the Last Dance was in the works, but I mean, I also feel like it's not completely out of the question. I mean, it's not like you have to go out and film stuff, right? I mean, like let's say you get like some behind the scenes stuff of today's um WWE, because I mean, like again, like comparing it to the Last Dance, I mean, they had to rely on old videos and old footage and old records and all that stuff, and they got lucky. So, yeah, and I think no, I mean, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna say, spring summer 2021.
Yeah.
Unless we get a random like Christmas 2020, then
Yeah.
I highly
And
doubt
they
it.
got footage of everything too. Like WWE's got tons of footage in
Oh
their
my
like
goodness,
video vault.
absolutely.
Like there's I remember I've seen like videos of like Kevin Owens as like a kid like at their like show, and they just have like a video of him there somehow. Like I don't know
Yeah,
how,
what kid?
like I'm like, how do they have this stuff? Like
Yeah,
I don't know
mean,
if it was actually Kevin Owens, but I've seen like former like fan videos of like wrestlers that used to be fans just like at a WWE show. And I'm like, how do you have this?
yeah, there is a rare
Like, where
photo
did you
of
find this?
there's there is a rare photo of I remember watching some documentaries of Edge and Christian in the stands, because they were, I believe, in the 6th row on the floor at WrestleMania 6, 1990, April 1990, in Toronto, at the Sky Dome. And like, you know, like the cameras caught them. I'm like, wow, okay,
Crazy.
that's good eyes on you guys, I guess. I mean, but and to go back to your XFL point, because you know, you and I, we saw the 30 for 30 on the XFL together, which we thought was spectacular, and they really tackled Vince there, you know, and his ideas. So I feel like that could be another good platform to show that you need to address the serious issues with Vince McMahon. You have to, yeah, because if you already had like stuff like ESPN going off on it and whatnot, it's like how do you not? And I think Vince McMahon was also well known just because, again, like because it feels like he's been in the media, but for the wrong reasons. I mean, like the steroid scandal made it to the Supreme Court. You know, Benoit's passing, obviously that blew up completely. I think I remember there's even clips on YouTube of Vince McMahon on Good Morning America on having I forgot her name, Meredith something, just going in on the guy the more like a couple mornings after the whole incident happened, right? So again, like it's like he's known, but people already know him for what like that is going on. So I guess you can give it a puff piece, but recognize and let the fans in on the fact that yes, we do know that you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're absolutely crazy.
What do you, before we move on?
Yeah.
What do you name this?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Great Balls of Fire?
I'm
thinking Vince McMahon, No Chance in Hell.
Damn it! I was gonna say something with No Chance. I was gonna go with No Chance. I'm like, oh god, don't say it. You could go. I mean, yeah, you have to do something with this theme song. I mean, like you could say like No Chance for Vince. Oh god, no, that could really. Huh? What?
What's that? It's like it's in the middle of his song. It's like I don't know the words to his song. I just know No Chance in Hell. But I remember there's like a little part, and it's like.
Sorry, I'm just humming it. Go on.
Pretty politician and then he yells something that sounds like puppets, and I always
yell
puppets.
Or yeah, okay,
but I always yell puppets. I don't know what he actually says.
I thought it was pump it, like pump it up. Here we go. Okay, all right, let's do this together, children. Music with RJ and Jose on Under the Middle.
Boy.
No Chance.
You have lyrics now, eh?
I got it. No Chance. So that's what you got. Haha, yeah. Up against a machine too strong, greedy politicians buying souls from us are puppets. It is puppets.
Let's go.
We'll find their place in line. Go tie a string around your finger now, boy, because it's just a matter of time. Because you got, and then the chorus, no chance. No chance.
What a song, man.
I mean, I will say that, like,
so much aggression in it.
I mean, like, since fans started to sing McMahon's theme in person, kind of like angles you suck or whatnot, I do want to be in the crowd one day for Vince to come out and just belt it. I mean, I know Vince is controversial, but come on, to be in a stands with an entire arena or entire stadium before at WrestleMania, just belting out No Chance top of your lungs. Woo!
But like, and I know this is going off track a tad here, but because we're on this topic here, we need more wrestlers with like iconic theme songs like that.
I know.
You can actually like sing to or like have some sort of like chant, because like so many generic nonsense themes have come out for like these new superstars these
I'll
days, like
I'll
that are
say
just
that.
so bad.
I mean, like, I mean, right now, I feel like the only quote unquote iconic theme song that people were going along to with is Sami Zayn's. I think that's the only
Mhm.
right now that's somewhat new. You can't even, and it's, I mean, these are songs you can't even really, like sing along to, like No Chance or I'm a Real American,
Yeah,
or like, I mean, like, to me, I always found that I feel like I could get attacked by the NXT faithful. But when I hear people sing Aleister Black's theme, I'm like, what are you singing?
yeah, I know.
What are the
And
words?
he's got a new theme now too.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, and now he's got a new one too. They don't even sing a lot. So I don't understand what's
Yeah,
really with
I've
these.
heard. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, you're right. There are no good themes, and obviously, I mean, like, Shawn Michaels, sexy boy. Yo,
Yeah,
I think I'm cute, and I know I'm sexy. Like, throw me a bone here. Like, you don't. They
yeah,
never.
I know.
Great. I got so excited. I accidentally ripped off the headphone port. But I just, I don't know. I mean, like, it's kind of sad that they fired Jim Johnson a little bit. I know we're going
For
completely off
sure.
topic because you bring up a great point. There are no themes today that just pop. I mean, like Keith Lee's was good, but
They
that's
changed that
gone.
one.
That's gone. No, realistically,
Like, give me something I can like clap to or snap to or like just start bopping to. They got the New Day where they have the chant at the beginning. It's like new, like don't you dare be sour. Like they got that one. At least they
That's
have some
cool.
sort. They
Yeah.
have some sort of entrance that at least is like that you can do something with. When Samoa Joe is wrestling, you got the Joe, but he's not wrestling right now either, so he's not even really a part of
Oh
that.
my goodness, do we really have no themes today that they just pop us
That you
like
can just
crazy?
like sing. And I remember, I don't know, like there used to be the Burn It Down in Rollins, but I think they tossed that, didn't they? Like
Yeah, of
that's not
course,
a
because
part
they
of
have
that
the new
anymore. But
like
he's got the new Monday Night
angelic
Messiah
water.
song.
Yeah, I mean, Mysterio,
Like
any of the Mysterio, like Dominic Mysterio's theme is good, but it's not one that you can sing along in the crowd. Like
and like you think of like I love a good entrance. Like the Undertaker's part of his icon is his entrance. So like I
Stone
don't
Cold, The
understand why
Rock.
they
Yeah.
half-ass all these songs and like these days. Like it doesn't make a
Wow,
lot of sense.
if you're watching this, tweet us, Facebook, like leave a comment on YouTube. Hey, what are songs that get you pumped in today's WWE? They're not much. I mean, it's your
Like
opinion, but there ain't much,
I
kids.
don't even know what my favorite song is right now in the
From
WWE.
today's WWE roster.
I like who's got a good theme song?
I mean, even Sasha Banks, right? To have Snoop Dogg in there, I'm like, okay, it's not bad. Bailey's is like,
I do like Bailey's theme song.
okay,
You know
okay.
I do like Bailey's theme song, but it's not something I can like. I'm not gonna bop to it or
I'd
like
say
sing to
maybe
it. But it's good for like
honestly in today's
Baron Corbin.
WWE. No, okay. Everybody knows I don't like Corbin on this podcast, but he does have a great theme.
Yeah, Baron
It
Corbin's got
is
a
a
good
good
theme.
theme. I'll give him that. But I mean, I don't even want to say Randy because he's not technically this era. He's just somebody that was carried over by like 85 eras and then come
Yeah.
on to today.
How long has he had his current theme song for? He's had this one for a
Oh wait,
while.
like
Yeah.
mid 08, early 2009 is when that popped on. It just ended up sticking with him, which is a shame because the theme he had before, "Burning My Light," was an
Oh yeah, I
amazing.
love that song, but he hated that song.
Amazing theme, and I'm like, you are a dick. Oh, he
Yeah, he
was, but like,
hated that song.
how dare you?
I know. I had that song on my iPod when I was in high school. Man.
I still have it
That
on my
song
I have it on
rocked.
my Spotify. I wish I had the WWE edit on
That
Spotify, but
song.
it's just like the traditional one by who the hell sings that? I have no idea who sings it. Down south.
I don't know because the only reason I knew the song was Randy's theme song, but it was a great song.
Yeah, for the life of me, there's no theme right now that gets me like.
I like AJ's
Pop.
theme. I do like
Hey, okay, AJ's is good. All right, I'll give you
I
AJ's.
sing AJ's theme. I'll sing
But,
AJ's theme. You don't want none. I like that. That's
yeah,
good.
that's true. But
that's it, really.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. Huh. Well, again, if you have any themes that are intriguing to you and that make you pop, like pop as in like like go crazy in the crowd, no other kind of pop. This is PG.
Yeah.
But let us know.
I'm thinking like new themes. Like don't say Edge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just
Randy Orton.
Yeah, no, like give us like current like new era roster like that involves, and by defining new era, this era, I mean Sasha Roman.
Roman. You get the Shield song?
Yeah, he still has that going.
Yeah.
But I mean, like
he needs a new theme too. Like he needs to ditch that character completely. Like that doesn't fit him anymore.
I like the theme though.
I like the theme too. But like
shirt today.
I know, but I like the theme too. But why did he get to keep it over the other two? Like the other two got completely repackaged, and the Roman just stayed as like he kept the same character. He's got a completely new character now.
Yeah,
like let's get him the new Tribal Chief theme song.
You're right.
and make
You're
it
right.
something badass that I want to like bop to when he comes out, and I'm like, this guy's about to kick some ass.
Yeah,
That's
WWE
what I
just.
want to see.
I mean, don't
That's
get
what I
me
think
wrong.
when Joe comes out. That's what I feel. Is Joe's about to whip somebody's ass.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, like CFOs weren't like the best of the best. You know, I mean, like they're not like Jim Johnson style, right? But I mean, like now that they're gone, yeah, you miss their presence for sure. Like there's no, anyways. But yeah, let us know because that's good sidetrack there because that one you really had me think. No, seriously, you really had me thinking there. I'm like, huh, who on earth has a theme that makes me go like, oh my god? And there's not much. Not
And
even
that's the issue is nobody's even got a memorable theme right now. Like I can't
no.
think of what does Cesaro's theme sound like? And I love Cesaro. Like what is this theme music? I at least remembered the annoying ass siren, but the siren's gone. I think now.
Yeah, it's gone.
So I
It's
mean,
I
like
don't know.
anyway,
Nakamura there. Nakamura has a
yeah,
good theme.
he's got the guitar riff and whatever. That's pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Let's
I
move on.
just needed to talk about that.
No, no,
That's
it's a great sidetrack. That was good. That's worth to put in the Twitter release. Hey, we sidetracked on themes, rightfully so. Let's move on to the other big news that we wanted to talk about. It's one. I mean, if anything, for me, this news piece was why I wanted to go to this format of podcasting because it's important, it's huge, and I feel like we've been missing on a lot because predictions just coming the way. It's the Twitch scandal. It's called a scandal. Shouldn't be scandal.
yeah.
But it is. I would classify it now as a scandal, if not a state of emergency at this rate. A couple of weeks ago, obviously, for those that don't know, WWE announced that all of their current roster and or members or employees of WWE that are currently on Twitch must immediately shut down. Which of course includes the likes of these are the only names that I know that I've read. I don't even know who else has it, but this includes people like Cesaro, AJ Styles, Mia Yim, Zelina Vega and Aleister Black, and of course the biggest one who's been the more vocal and rightfully so is Paige. WWE, if it like there was announced about a month ago that saying they need to shut down Twitch. Of course, this also includes stuff like Cameo and whatnot that needs to be shut down immediately. And here we are now. I presume at the end of the month, saying that okay, this is it. It's time to shut down. And of course, this is where again, like people like Paige have been the more vocal because she's already on record saying that she will not stop. She is going to continue because that is her family. That is her livelihood now. Because I mean, she broke her neck twice. I think it was twice.
She didn't even wrestle.
All the surgeries, all the forced to retire. It's almost a carbon copy of Edge's situation in 2011. And of course, you have people like AJ Styles who are saying he'll cherish his memories, he loves everyone, and has made this possible and supported him. As you know, WWE's making some changes that involve streaming. We'll see what the future holds. He'll be suspending Styles Clash Train. This isn't goodbye, but this is see you sometime in the future. And also another good point to make is that a lot of these streamers have Discord servers, and they're gonna leave them open to keep interacting with fans, which is fair. I mean, I guess you can't make money out of that, but I think it's really nice of them because they don't have to at all. I mean, you don't have too many like celebrities wanting to interact with fans like that. So I guess it's good on them that they want to. Mia Yim, obviously the distraught, and Cesaro as well. And again, Paige is like the biggest one, saying that this is where this gets really, really tricky with Paige, unfortunately. See what she was saying. I've honestly got to the point where I cannot deal with this company anymore. So now I have to make a very important decision. I'm fucking tired, man. I broke my fucking neck twice for this company, over fucking worked. I broke my neck twice for this company. All I wanted was to wrestle. They don't realize that this community is just about fucking subs. It isn't about that. We built a wonderful community, a wonderful fucking family where this is an escape for a lot of people, including myself. I can't wrestle anymore. I worked so hard in WWE that I can't wrestle anymore. My neck is fucked. My whole dream got taken away from me, dude. And I've had to have something that is fulfilled, even a small part of the huge fucking void I lost with wrestling. And of course, she goes on and on and on, saying that Twitch is like her escape. I can't blame her. So here we are now. I guess the first question is to open us up. How crazy do you think this is? Because obviously, if I ask, what do you think of it? It's pretty clear what everybody thinks of this. But
I think that why? Like, what is the upside to them doing that? Like, what's the downside of these people having a Twitch account? Like, are they not should they not be like inviting this? Like, should they not want these people to be interacting with their fans and like trying to broaden their fan base? Like,
Yeah,
can they not have their Twitch followers that maybe are following them for what they do on Twitch and don't necessarily watch wrestling? Like, you can try and combine the
close the
communities. And
gap. Yeah.
like, I don't understand the like why. Like,
Yeah.
do they have a reason for this? Like I don't watch I don't watch a lot of Twitch, but like I don't understand why this would be a downside, because their community, like, why is it bad that they're communicating with their fan base? Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's not pretty. I mean, and to be honest, there wasn't no, unless I'm missing something. I'm trying to find the original WWE statement that they made. I can't find it right now, but they were saying, I mean, like they were. I don't think there was like a proper explanation. It was just shut it down now. I guess it's because like thinking from a business perspective, and please don't come after me because I'm clearly not an executive. Unless you want to call me the executive under the middle rope, I'm not an executive of anything at all. But I presume they don't want their talent making money, which is a shitty thing to
I
say.
guess so, yeah.
That has to be the
Yeah.
reason where they want to control all the, because I think as well, I think one of the reasons, again, I don't know if it's confirmed or not. I think one of the reasons they were saying was that the likeness and
Yeah.
the image, because I mean, I keep in mind.
Belongs to WWE or something like that. Like, is that what
Exactly.
it is?
And I mean,
Yeah.
like, I think these people, I mean, for example, Cesaro called his Twitch stream Claudio's Cafe. You know, AJ Styles was using Styles Mixer, I think it was stuff like that. You know, Soraya, page saying Soraya's official or something like that. They were trying to use their real names for the most part. I think Selena Vega even as well was. I forget her real name, but I think they weren't. I think they were using their real names. I feel like a lot of these people were. Unless you
For
know,
sure.
like, unless you know they want to reach out and be like, okay, like, you know, like I am Zelina Vega, but here, let's get to know me. I need to know her name. It's just gonna drive me nuts. But I mean, you bring up a great point. Thea Trinidad. That's your real name. You bring up a good point on closing the gap, because that is a huge way to get people to watch the WWE. You know, like if you're a gamer and you come across the WWE talents, you know, see all the gaming, and then at the end, hey, you want to watch me wrestle? Tune in Friday nights, tune in Monday nights, or Sundays once a
Yeah.
month if you have the WWE Network. Subscribe for $9.99. There's it's a good tactic for them, for WWE
Exactly.
to bring them in. It's like, but why? But
Like,
why?
it really doesn't make sense. So pretty much are everybody pretty much gaming on Twitch? Like, that's what they're doing, is gaming for the most part? Or do they have, or I like that's like, it's like that's a huge community that you could be trying to close the gap between. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I understand you bring up a good point about you don't want them making money, and that's obviously what Paige was talking about when he says it's not just about fucking subs, it's about building a community and whatever. She used a lot of fucks in that too, like at least 10.
Now, I feel like I remember in my group chat somebody was asking, okay, I think it was in my group chat or I read somewhere saying that, okay, now should Paige ask for her release because of this?
Probably, like, if she hasn't, I mean, well, maybe not really, to be
Well,
honest, but
you make your point, because I do have like my stance on that.
like, I was gonna say if she's never gonna wrestle again anyway, like, whatever. But I mean, if she's never gonna wrestle again, she does have a secure job with WWE and
That's it.
whatever. And we see what happened with Edge. So I mean, I'm not gonna say Paige is never gonna wrestle again at this point either.
Daniel
So
Bryan.
keeping
I
a
mean,
good relationship with WWE is always pretty, like, beneficial. So I don't think you want to burn too many bridges at the same time. But if this is something that she's truly passionate about and wants to do, and she's not wrestling anyway, I would understand it if it would make her happier. But there are benefits to having a good relationship with WWE and not burning a bridge and, you
yeah,
know,
I mean, especially
making
now,
some money.
yeah,
Excuse
especially
me.
now in the pandemic. The pandemic is huge. You know,
Hmm.
obviously there's no end in sight with this for now, or still everybody's still going, proceeding as normal, living everyday life in the pandemic. And a lot, I mean, we can go back to May when everybody was released all of a sudden. Everybody just, you know, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people were released from the company, most of them picked up back on their feet. But I can't imagine fans being happy at her asking for her release because of that security, because I'm sure fans also want her to have security as well, and she has it. I don't know the salary, and nor should like be of my like importance of like my business matter. I know fans like to get nitty gritty and want to find out those details, and it shouldn't. But I mean, like if there's something secure with her, with again potential benefits and all that stuff, you know, then why not? Uh, that's why I'm kind of hoping that she doesn't ask for her release over it. Although I can see why people would want it, because yeah, there's the quote unquote freedom that you get when you leave the WWE. You know, free to wrestle anywhere. Maybe other places will clear you, then WWE would not, right? That was a lot of people were begging for Daniel Bryan's release because they're like, you know, WWE won't clear you. Hey, ROH is ready to go. New Japan is ready for you.
Yep.
You know, like
And he
come on
said too,
by.
he's like, I'll go wrestle for somebody else if they don't clear me.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
like I'll go, right? I mean, like you could. I mean, I don't know. Again, the severity of Paige's injury is very, very serious, but it's not the point that we're trying to make it. The point is that, you know, she wants to Twitch, she wants to stream, and if this is a good way for her to bring in that income, if it's a good way for her to connect with everybody, more importantly, connect with everybody, not just because she didn't bring up money at once in the statement. You know, it's not really like, it's not like she does say, what's the pocket change we're getting compared to the billions, right? Like you can tell that this is not about the money. This is about her freedom and her way to interact with fans. And it's unfortunate because they're not even using her on TV. If they were using her on TV as a manager or whatnot, like she did with the Kabuki Warriors, which is now a thing looking back, you're like, oh yeah, that was a thing. They're fine.
For how long was that a thing for anyway?
Not long.
I don't remember that lasting. That was like, was that longer, like over or under the time that Raw Underground lasted for?
Over.
Had
to be over, right?
Sure. It had to be over. Underground got like 6 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. So I guess the question now is, and Paige was another leading voice in this, if it's time to unionize WWE superstars. And I feel like most fans just don't understand union. Like they feel like understand like how like it's easier said than done just to be like, hey, let's form one. Let's band together. I mean, like you also understand there's a company that will retaliate on you. Unfortunately, it's there will be a company that says, okay, you want to be a union, fine, bye. There's a door, all the best, take care, go join ROH or something. But it makes sense. I mean, I kind of get it. I don't know if they will, but because there's more things for a union than just Twitch streams. You know what I mean? Like there's way more than. This
has always been a topic of discussion. That's also something that I wonder if they'll approach that in a Vince interview too, is having them as independent contractors and, you know, not being unionized.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of things, like there's a lot of reasons why being unionized would be beneficial as well. So I mean, it's been a talking point for a while too.
Yeah, I don't think this will be like a reason for them to, like, I mean, not that it's an important reason, but I felt like if they haven't done it by now, I don't know if there ever will be. Yeah. I feel like there needs to be like something completely stupid, dramatic for it to happen. Like there has to be something out there that just says, okay, we need a union, we need it now. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it needs to be like it needs to be something drastic, you know? I don't know what though. I can't think for the life of me what needs to happen for that if a union were to ever come in place. But I mean, you know, what do I know about unions? I don't like. I mean,
you know more than me. I bet. Like really,
not that much. I mean, like I understand, like, you know, there's it's the protection of workers, and you get like certain benefits and whatnot. I mean, but to the full extent, I mean, I think it's just mainly for the protection. I think they just want to be protected, have like rights and whatnot, and not be completely overrun by a company. But you know, it's their company. It's like there is the old cliche: you signed up for this. you want to be here, okay, here's what we want from you if you want to be here. If you don't like what we got, there's a door. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's a sad situation. No, the one last thing I want to bring up, this is gonna sound across as a mature audience, and again, like when I say this, literally only reading the headlines. But it's kind of ironic that, you know, you have people ordering to shut down Twitch streams, assuming it could be because of the money, or it could be because of lightness. And then you have reports that Selena Vegas is opening up an OnlyFans.
Oh.
Now, for those that don't know what OnlyFans is, it is a site like Patreon where you where like it's like a pay-per-view, pay-per-click service website where, you know, you can like kind of like set up streams and want to ask for support by, you know, handing like presenting work, like such as art, such as videos, such as production. Like Patreon, only there's a stigma with it because it's 18 plus. It's mainly known for its mature content. If it's that's a more professional way I can say
Puppies,
that.
if you're Jerry Lawler.
Sure. If you're a Jerry Lawler fan, puppies. Yeah, let's go with that.
That's
But
what
yeah,
we'll go with.
yeah, OnlyFans is tended to be for a more mature audience. Now, Zelina Vega has come out on record saying that it's not what is normally anticipated in an OnlyFans already. You know, like it's not like anything like extremely discreet, extremely explicit. You know, it's stuff revolving or cosplay and whatnot. So my question is, if Twitch is getting shut down, why isn't this?
Yeah,
that's the weird one here.
Because that's all subscriber things too. Like you're making money using.
You're making money off of it,
like
right?
You're doing like, yeah, it contradicts it, man. Like it's just what like.
Yeah, again, and
it doesn't make any sense. Like the whole thing doesn't make any sense.
And it's not that we say that, you know, she shouldn't absolutely at all, especially with the stigma that goes along that website. You know, we're saying that she can do whatever she wants. We are 100% not saying how dare she, you know, there's kids, blah, blah, blah. No. Everybody has the freedom to do whatever they want to do. All right. But when we talk about the WWE controversy that we've had in the last few weeks with Twitch and whatnot, it's like, how is that going to get the green light? I wonder what's going to happen to that. It's just interesting timing. After all what's been going on the last few weeks, hey, here's what Zelina's got. All right. Yeah. And again, like it is by no means scolding her in her content and her work and what she does. Cause like she has a lot of cosplay stuff. She's proud of it. You know, it's what she wants to do, but it's like,
yeah, sure.
It's just with the WWE terms. That's it. That's all we're going for. It's like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen for her, but we're just saying that's interesting. That's all. If you want to find it yourselves, I will not provide a link. I will not tell you where to go other than it's out there. Everybody has access to Google.
You can use a few select keywords and a very select search engine.
Yeah, have fun.
And find pretty much anything you want, really.
Have fun. That's all I'm going to say, all right? We're just going to keep it mature and professional here on Under the Middle Rope.
So you're saying she started this already?
She started it already. Again, that's from the reports I read.
How much?
Get that very clear. From the reports I read, not from like a first person view. Talking about third party, like, you know, you Google it and boom, that's the first thing you see. Not, hey, let me directly go. Again, you can find the link yourself. I'm not going to link it. That is all. That is all. I'm just saying that it's just interesting to see that's popped up. I'm like, okay. We'll see what happens. You know,
I actually didn't know that until you just brought it up. So
yeah, I mean, and again, like if
that's news to me.
Yeah, I'm
real
just saying,
news.
Like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you know, if that can get clearance, then surely
then why can't Twitch? Like,
why can't Twitch? Exactly. It's like, but
silly.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's go on to our new kayfabe segment, which I like to call Wrestling Digest, because you know, like there's like places like Soap Opera Digest, because wrestling to us is a soap opera. So I'm calling this Wrestling Digest, where we tackle one storyline or one instance that we saw on Raw or SmackDown and what we think of it, where it could go. What we thought of the segment itself, or what we think of the situation. So Wrestling Digest. I like it. I like the name.
Cool. I like it too.
Soap Opera Digest. It works. It works out.
Archie's Digest.
What?
I'm just kidding.
What? So what we're going to talk about is Randy Orton. As Randy Orton, who obviously recently became WWE champ at WWE Hell in a Cell last week. Hip hip hooray. You know, caught us all off guard.
I'm actually I've taken a week and I'm okay with it now.
Yeah, same. I'm okay with it too. I know. I mean, I know Pete's not with us today, or let alone any other Brit for that matter.
Yeah, I would never say that if Pete was on the show. I would have never said that if Pete was on the show. Like, Pete, he's gonna listen to this and be like,
yeah, he's gonna fly over.
Not a chance I was gonna ever say that if Pete was on the show today.
So you can.
I had to wait to like speak freely. I wanted Drew to win. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more open-minded this week than last with Orton as the champion.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
Go on.
So am I. So I mean, like, I think I'm okay with it now. I mean, the title looks great on him. It is what it is, and now I'm like, I think the reason why I'm kind of okay with it is because of what you can set up after Survivor Series. Again, because you know, Survivor Series, the best of the best. That's our tagline. Yeah. The best of the best. And of course, if you haven't noticed by now, there is your countdown ticker to Survivor Series because we here at Under the Middle Rope like to count down to our big 4 pay-per-views. So that's been up to the whole time.
Up there?
My right, it's been up to the whole time.
Man, okay, so I have to point to the right still. Okay,
yeah, exactly. It's weird. Yep. I know. I have to point to the right.
I got it.
Anyways,
I got
obviously, we are. We're a few weeks away from Survivor Series. Obviously, very excited to the big day. And after Survivor Series, they're setting up in my opinion, very, very nicely with Randy Orton because you have The Fiend, you have Drew, and you have the now impending Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz. I kind of like that he's suddenly like he's getting swarmed at because that's what should happen. You're the WWE champion. Everybody should want to go after you.
There's more people going after R-Truth than there is going after Randy Orton.
Yes.
To be fair,
yes.
There should be more people going after R-Truth. I know that's again off topic, but if I'm not holding a title, like why wouldn't I just go get the easiest one to get?
Pick up a refs.
Unless you just don't want to be consistently running for your life, but like I don't know if I'm just like a mid card, like even if I'm like an upper tier guy, like I don't have the Intercontinental Championship now, and I don't have the US title right now. Let me just go beat the shit out of Mark
let me have
R-Truth for a bit, or just roll him up because that's all it takes.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you're not wrong.
Get at that. I do like that there's now more people going after Orton because you should have a target on your back, just like Miz and Morrison both said to Drew in the promo last week, where they're like, right now, if we were out here, we'd be cashing on you. But you don't have a target on your back anymore. That target's now on Randy's back. And I like that they're immediately putting Miz and Morrison as like as they want to make them threats with that case. Because Otis clearly wasn't a threat, and they feel like they realize that. They're immediately putting Miz and Morrison in the main event as like main event acts, and they need to make it seem like they are an actual threat with that case. And I like it because I genuinely thought they were going to be champions yesterday. When I watched the show, we messaged each other basically at the exact same time. Like there's a cash in, and I want there to be a cash in and I could see this all falling out into like a fatal 4-way like TLC match.
That's what you brought up, and that's what I told the group. It's funny. Anytime there's something big, what I'll do with message people, I'll just start typing in a whole bunch of keys at the same time and just hit enter.
I do that too. Always caps lock.
Like caps like me, like catch.
I was so pissed when Drew screwed him over. I was furious. I was so mad. Yeah. I'm like, if you want, like, I get that Drew wants Orton for himself, but like,
this is so
come
dumb.
on. If you let Miz cash, just go pin Miz, man. You showed me last week that you can beat him easily. You lost to Randy Orton. I know you're a man of pride, but be a man of the brain, Drew, because you've had a brain your entire run. Yeah. And let's use it one more time. And let Miz be the champion, and then just go Claymore his head off, and now you're the champion again.
Exactly. It's easy pickings. Like, what do you do? Why are you stopping him?
Like,
you go after Miz,
him, man. Like, I can pin the Miz.
I mean, and I get worked. Look. Obviously, looking back at from this past Monday night, it makes sense. Okay, Drew attacks and whatnot, but I still like to see a cash in. I feel deprived when we don't see a cash in.
Especially when you tease it like that. Like I'm like it happened. Like first thing, Orton comes out. I'm like, okay, let's start with a bang. Claymore. I'm immediately like, show me the Miz. Like, give me the Miz now. Bring him out.
The
Miz is smart. The Miz is too smart not to use the briefcase right now. And it comes out. And then all of a sudden, Drew's like, yeah, I don't want this to happen.
Screw you.
What is that nonsense?
What are you doing? Like, you can get involved later. Like, let him have his moment.
Anyway, if it does still, like, the Fatal 4-Way still happens, that'd be nice. But I feel like it might not happen if Miz has the case. Because why does Miz bother being in a match when he's got the case? He can wait until the match is over. So if he had cashed the case, it would make so much more sense.
What you can do is you can have the three beat each other to a pulp, and then Miz cash in mid match like Seth Rollins says. That we don't get mid match cash ins at all. It's perfect.
A very Miz cash in would be if it is a TLC match, all three men are down. Miz just runs in.
That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to. I cut you off and alluded onto it, but I was just kind of adding to it. I was kind of adding to it, and like that would be amazing. That they've never done that before, and they need new cash ins, and that's such a Miz cash in.
Oh, like it's perfect. Huge.
Just it would make so much sense. Like they need to start thinking of new creative ways to do it, and that would be beautiful.
And what better talking point to get to close 2020 than to have like a bunch of people freaking out that the Miz cashed in mid match? And I mean, again, like when it comes to these kind of matches, sometimes it's cliche to say that you've seen everything. Like for example, I mean, like I think I forgot like the I Quit Hell in a Cell match. I'm like, how was that not thought of before in a Hell in a Cell? It's brilliant, right? And then you have like this thought. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, like it's a TLC match, no disqualification. Everybody's down. Beat him up with the chair, cash in, climb the ladder, grab it, get out, go, run away. Like it just, you're right. It makes a lot of sense. As for the Fiend, this is getting spicy. I am a huge fan of this.
Maybe there will be a bunch of people in this TLC match.
Yeah, we could be in it. We'll fly over to our. Oh, I don't even know if it's going to be in Orlando anymore after November, because their contract is set to expire at the end of November.
Interesting, very interesting.
So they will have to. They'll
do it on the roof of the headquarters again.
Why not? I mean, obviously it sucks because everybody lives in Florida.
Probably because it's in Connecticut and it's going to be in December.
Oh,
Winterfest. That's what
Winter
Wonderland's
Dome.
called. Sorry, Winter Dome. Yeah, that's what.
Screw Canada's Wonderland. That's right. Side note: if any Canadian viewers, Canada's Wonderland overrated. Okay.
There's now officially a bash show for Canada's Wonderland. I like Canada's Wonderland. Sorry if anybody that works at Wonderland watches the show or like the owner.
Sorry. Oh, it sucks. Didn't you used to work at Wonderland?
I did. I went for like a few shifts.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but the Fiend, like back to wrestling. The Fiend has been makes sense, and we were waiting for the Fiend to eventually get involved, and here he is now. Alexa has been somehow got way more better looking. I don't know how that was possible, but it looks. I'm like, damn, girl.
Yeah, the character is really.
God damn, like
for sure.
It just makes me more like attracted to Alexa. Like she's just rocking this look. This whole now in the Firefly Funhouse with her tongue sticking out like that.
It's like creepy hot and like some weird and some weird like Harley Quinn like Jennifer's body way.
But a crazier
for sure. Have you ever seen Jennifer's body?
So I mean, yeah, like I think to wrap this all up, I do think that we are we're heading towards the Fatal 4-Way. I think I know I was saying personally a triple threat, but now that the Miz is getting more and more involved, it could be a Fatal 4-Way because it could be
a 4-Way without the Miz. Wait, how many people are there? No, the Miz would need to be there. I'm a liar.
No, the Miz would be the fourth because there's no one unless there's someone else randomly comes in right now, right?
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Right? You kind of and at the same time, this could be a great way to really get, I mean, if the rumors of Orton and Edge are true, and you don't want it for the title, you could get Edge to come in, cost Orton, and then if Drew and the Fiend are down, you protect them both, quote unquote kayfabe, protect them both. Freaking hate that, and then have the Miz cash in. Miz run in, throw the briefcase at the ref. Okay, ring the bell, make it a Fatal 4-Way, climb up, win it. I see that. I mean, knowing WWE, they're probably just going to give Orton the win at a regular TLC match. But this is your chance. I mean,
it is.
If you really want to spice it up, you could have Roman destroy Randy, and then Miz come running into close Survivor Series.
That's something you can definitely do. I was even thinking about that, to be honest with you.
And then once again, maybe build up another Fatal 4-Way, although that would take Drew out of the picture. That would take the Fiend out of the picture, unless the Fiend still wants a hands on Randy Orton for burning down Bray Wyatt's compound a few years back. Then you could have the Fiend cause Orton the ladder match at TLC.
I think that it is going to end up being Miz cashing on Orton again at some point because of the Fiend's help. Like, I think that's going to be the likely scenario. Because I'm not sure if the Fiend's actually going to win the title anytime soon. I think that they just kind of want to keep him as like this bigger than the title.
Yeah,
kind of
he shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
But I'm liking that they're now he's now the Braves finally revisiting the last. I mean, I get it's kind of weird to say last because that's also not a good thing because there's still like the rest of his career to go. But like I like that they're finally tackling the Orton storyline that they need to tackle. And again, you don't need the title. You can just have a very pissed off Bray who channels his inner demons and be like, okay, go get him.
But at the same time, if you're really thinking in like kayfabe, even if Bray doesn't need the title, like why shouldn't he want it? You should, of course.
No, absolutely. So, I'm saying this.
Like, I'm saying this about me. Like I said, he doesn't need the title, but I mean, thinking like he should, want it still. So he should still be in that match. So, like I just think that it might happen that they get the Miz the belt before Survivor Series, so Roman can kill him.
Yeah.
But I also think that he could use Roman's murder of Orton to take the title. Roman's not losing whoever faces it.
No.
I know the prediction show is coming up in the future, so I'm actually very intrigued with Raw right now and how they're kind of.
I'm liking
the main event scene. I'm happy.
The main event scene is great.
Yes. And I like the
rest of Raw can be piled under a rug and never to be seen again. And I will say, like, I think before we close out the segment, we need to get Lana a chiropractor. That is now 7 times that she went to the table. 7.
I kind of like that storyline.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This is a beautiful Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam
I'm starting to
situation.
feel bad for Lana.
Okay, I don't feel bad
almost
because I don't feel bad because I find it funny.
I think it's funny that it's hilarious. I think it's funny that she's like lucky, like she was like lucking her way into winning things for a little bit, lucks her way into the team. They're all gonna crush her. She's somehow gonna be the sole survivor, and then she's somehow gonna find some beastly tag team partner to take the titles from.
You know what this is all gonna lead up to Lana snapping one day and picking up Nia herself and slamming her through the table.
She's definitely gonna put her through the table. I think at TLC with the ladder, she might put her through a table. Like she might jump off.
You're right. Book it.
I think that's definitely where this is leading. Is Lana is gonna get her one up on Nia at some point.
Yeah. Well,
and Nia's actually been more entertaining.
I agree. You know what? I mean,
she's actually been kind of funny.
I'm not. I mean, like we're not the biggest Nia fans, nor are there too many big Nia fans in the world.
Yeah, Shane is really bringing out the best in her though.
But this weird tag team, I feel like has somewhat worked. It's been working.
I like it. I really like it.
So we'll see where this goes. But yes, I am predicting Lana picks up Nia Jax herself and shocks the world. This will be the modern day Hulk Hogan on the Giant WrestleMania 3 slam. Book it, WWE. Book it. Sounds mean to say. I'm sorry. Let's go on to our final segment of the night or of the day. It's an all, like I said in the beginning, it's our old college. It's an old college segment that we'd like to do when we were back at Centennial College. We call it's Superstar of the Week, where we pick a superstar. Kind of just throw out our best suggestions, throw our best matches, moments of the said superstar. Again, we're hoping to do this consistently. Obviously, predictions are going to take priority, but we're going to hope to do more of these shows because again, like this is something I want to focus on. And our superstar of the week will be the Brits, the Great Britain, the UK's current favorite WWE superstar, Randy Orton.
Yep.
For beating Drew, but we want to somewhat acknowledge Randy Orton today and pick our favorite match, our favorite storyline, or our favorite moment. I'm gonna go first, and I'm picking this storyline because it's hot, it's recent. There was a documentary on it, and it is November, which apparently is the month of the Undertaker. So I'm going to throw back and bring up the 2005 storyline of Randy Orton and the Undertaker. If you saw it, WWE Untold on the WWE Network, I am throwing in a plug for them, even though I don't get paid for this. I thoroughly enjoyed that documentary on the whole rivalry, Randy Orton behind the scenes, talking about how Undertaker, wanted to work with him, which is really big. Even in 2005, that's a really big honor. If you want the Undertaker to work with you, how he helped carry the storyline, set the casket on fire, nearly set on fire himself. And Randy Orton nearly set himself on fire when he lit that casket at No Mercy in 2005. 2005. And then, eventually culminated at the Armageddon pay-per-view of that year with the Hell in a Cell match. Brutal, yet brilliant Hell in a Cell match. Really gnarly, but I think it's some of Randy Orton's best early work. Because sure. I think he's had a lot of great stuff since then, but that was definitely some of his prime work because he got to work with his dad, who he loved doing. He got to work with somebody in their prime, one of the best of all time, in the Undertaker, and you can tell that he was enjoying it. You can tell that he was so happy in that situation, and he just did great heel work. Oh my goodness, was he a brilliant heel? He was just like that heel that you just want to tell, hey, back the F off, Taker, like enough. You're pushing it. Brilliant.
He's starting to kind of get into that character again now, almost like not in a sense the exact same, but like that was kind of around that Legend Killer.
Yeah, it was the Legend Killer
because they had that great match at WrestleMania 2, which is the one that I was actually going to bring up, but I have a new one now. Because I always wanted Orton to break the streak.
He was offered. Let's not forget that Undertaker actually there are they didn't confirm it in the documentary, but there were backstage reports that Undertaker actually asked, or WWE asked Orton, hey, would you like to be the one to break the streak? Because the streak was only becoming a streak around that time. Yeah. There was no mention of it really before. I mean, you had it casually brought up at, let's say, WrestleMania 19. Okay, he's 10-0. Or the WrestleMania 19. Okay, he's 11-0, right? But it wasn't as predominant as it was in 2005, where it really kicked up. I mean, even the year before WrestleMania 20, when he's facing King, right? Even JR is going, oh, by the way, he's 13-0. I think it was 12-0. At WrestleMania. 12-0? 11, no, 12.
What year was that?
2004. if he was 10-0 at WrestleMania 18, 11-0 at WrestleMania 19. Yeah, 11-0. He was 11-0 at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's like, they just brought up the fact that he was undefeated. Point is,
Yes.
Stupid math. Or Randy Orton said, no, I want to respect it. I want to keep it going. And obviously, you can argue that it was a great choice because you ended up having some more spectacular matches because of the streak. It became a more predominant figure. But that year was the year that we realized, okay, there was something big going on with The Undertaker. Just casually went 11-0 or 12-0 at that point.
And to think he almost lost it to Giant Gonzalez when he got chloroformed. He didn't actually almost lose it, but like you actually, like I knew, because like once I knew about this streak, obviously we're talking about Orton and not Taker, so I'll make this really quick. And then I went back and watched that WrestleMania, and I'm like, that's how Taker won this match. I'm like, they obviously did not expect the streak to end up being a thing, because like Taker got just like chloroformed and then won by like technicality.
Yeah, it was just
so
he got really
thought of. Yeah.
Let's go to your favorite Orton moment. What do you got?
So yeah, like I said, I was gonna bring up the WrestleMania match, but I'm gonna bring up something different. Maybe one of my favorite feuds and one of my favorite culminations of a feud, a little lesser known, I would say, is Randy Orton and Christian.
Ooh.
Because that final, like first of all, like not getting into the dick kicking and all that stuff.
Come on.
Winning, the match where Edge comes out and, sorry, not Edge. That's because that's Del Rio, but because. Which one? That was Christian's first title, and then he battled with Orton for the title. So starting off with Edge helping Christian win the title, was obviously a great start to Christian. And then getting into Randy Orton's feud where he wins by a low blow, which I still think is the only time that has ever happened.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a situation where like a kick to the dick cost somebody the title. You don't hear that very often, or to be specific, a disqualification. I mean, there have been disqualifications, but that one's just the more predominant one that everybody thinks of because of the fact that Christian just willingly took a kick in the dick. It's great.
Yes,
beautiful.
So what a way for Christian to. It would have been fun. It would have been funny if that was his first title, but. I like the way he obviously won it in the first place, so that just helped beating Del Rio. Screw that guy anyway. And then he loses it to Orton and then wins it back from Orton via low blow.
Yeah.
So if there's any way to win a championship, it is via getting
kicked in the dick. And I think that was like Orton's like really crazier heel work, because I think that was 2011, right? I mean, just a couple years before, right? I mean, like the look of Orton, like the bald Randy Orton look, is where you can affiliate him with the most evil, like heelish, like shit. Because a couple years before that with Triple H at WrestleMania was just berserk. So like this was just another peak, like another crazy heel Randy Orton moment, I think.
Yeah. And it was just a good match too, to be honest. Even though it was a weird finishing, because that was the one I believe it was at. Was it Over the Limit? I think.
I thought it was Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Over the Limit was, okay, maybe that wasn't the same match, but Over the Limit was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
And it really showed some that, like, Orton has been around for a really long time, but it shows that he has been consistently a great performer back from 2005 and again in 2011, and here he is again in 2020, putting on more main event level stuff.
I guess I'm more comfortable with like older people having titles because it just works with them. They just know how to work it. I feel like this new era I know you want to build up new stars, blah, 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 but I'm like, I can't pass up on Orton title reign
he's still a main eventer.
Like, still a main eventer.
He's still better than most people out there. Like he's doing amazing work. Like I didn't care for Orton like a couple of years ago last year. And here he is turning it on again after the Edge feud and the Drew feud, and he deserves a championship run right now.
Way better than the reign that he had with Bray, like against Bray Wyatt. That was a disaster.
That was garbage. Yeah, that did not need to happen.
Comeback, title reign. So good for him. And saying that, let's call it here for a day. There, definitely more lively, entertaining episode instead of like sticking something a bit more formulaic. So RJ, thank you as always. For coming on.
Do we need to get a superstar for next week, or are we going to bring that up? Should we take requests of superstar of the week, or how do you want to handle this?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's open it up. If anybody has an idea for superstar of the week, let us know. Because I feel like we could, given that we did this in college, we could easily rehash all the old people that we did. So if anybody has any ideas, holler.
Or tell us your favorite Orton match, whatever you want to say.
That too, exactly. Anything that all works. So. College buddy, thank you again. And as always, let's get to the closing. you made it to the end of the episode. You made it to the end, and I hope you like that new format. Like I said, we were really excited to do it. So, like I said, I hope you guys give us feedback and what you thought of it. If you want to see more of it, or if you just strictly want to keep seeing predictions and fallouts and whatnot. Of course, like we said, since Superstar of the Week now is back, give us your thoughts. Who do you want us to talk about? Favorite matches, favorite moments, whatever it is. Let us know. Drop a comment below. Tweet at us. Whatever it is. We want to hear from you guys as well. So next week, like I said at the start of the show, it is AEW Full Gear Fallout. We're going to be discussing the aftermath of Full Gear, and I know that's going to be another interesting pay-per-view, I should say, from AEW. Normally they are. I know we were a little bit somewhat disappointed with the last one because of the Hardy thing, but nonetheless, AEW tends to deliver, so we're excited for that next week. And all I can say is just that. Thank you so much for watching. Become a patron, help support the podcast. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to us, please. That would be nice. I'm Jose Taboada. We will see you guys next week. Have a great one.